I don't think you guys are ready for all that is new in beauty. Make sure you stay tuned so you can find out all the tea because it's a lot. Welcome to the Makeup and Beauty Podcast, where we talk about all things makeup and beauty with a dash of fashion and pop culture. I'm your host, C. Michelle, and let's jump right into it. Welcome back to the Makeup and Beauty Podcast. Hey, y'all. Okay, so today is a special episode. We're not doing and just like that recap, we're not doing a product of the week. We are strictly sticking to beauty news. Why? Because it's a lot hot right now. It's a lot that's going on, and we just need to get to the tea, the makeup and beauty news. So if you guys want to hear about these things first, make sure you sign up for my listserv. The link is below in the show notes. I send it out. It's called the It List. I send it out to all of my readers first. So if you guys are obsessed and love makeup and beauty and fashion and all of that, make sure you sign up. You won't be disappointed. Also, thank you so much to everyone who has left a review and rated this podcast. I love seeing them, and I thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you rate this podcast, you leave a review, and you share it with friends. It really helps the podcast grow and reach new listeners. All right, let's start the show. So much is happening and changing in beauty, starting with 4 brands were recently acquired by bigger brands. Big bank takes little bank. Now, if you know pop culture, I'm sure you've heard that song. If you know, you know. But Milk Makeup, Sol de Janeiro, Farmacy, and Chanteicalle have all been purchased by big bank. For example, Sol de Janeiro was acquired by L'Occitane. Farmacy was acquired by P&G. Chanteicalle was acquired by Bersendorf. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I don't want to mess it up, but we'll just say Bersendorf. And Waldencast acquires Obagi and Milk Makeup. Why mention these things? Well, it's important only because sometimes when brands become acquired, their formula changes. For example, when Carol's Daughter was acquired, I used to love her hair milk, but it changed once they were purchased. And it just never went back to the original formulation to me. It kind of worries me a little bit sometimes when brands are purchased because that makes me think that whatever they were known for or the original formula is going to be different. For example, Farmacy makes one of my favorite products. They make the Green Clean Cleansing Balm that I adore. I'd be hurt if they change it, or if they do change it, I hope it's so minute where I won't even realize that something has changed. But all these brands are being purchased by people who have the capital to help them expand and help them grow. And also, it's just a smart business move usually for both people. I know that indie brands reign supreme right now. P&G purchased Farmacy, and their main goal was to get in front of the younger consumer. They also own First Aid Beauty, Sky 2, Olay. So according to a press release that they had about the acquisition, Farmacy is a unique addition. This is P&G speaking. Farmacy is a unique addition appealing to the Gen Z consumer as a conscious brand and strengthening our presence in the specialty beauty channel. So yeah, guys, Gen Zers are where it's at right now. Us poor old millennials, no one cares about us anymore. Darn. I guess we're a thing of the past, but we're the ones with the money though. So they need to appeal to us. Don't leave us out. For example, I just made a post on cmichellestyles.com. Make sure you check it out. Talking about Chanel launching an Ulta and their new line called Number One de Chanel that is targeting 18 to 30-year-olds. Which, like, the 30-year-olds might be on the tail end of the millennial Gen Z cusp, but right now, Gen Z is the focus, and the bigger houses, the bigger names are purchasing these brands that the Gen Zers are buying and loving right now. So everything's strategic, and it's really interesting to me because typically it would be the Estee Lauders of the world and the L'Oreals that are buying these brands, but there are new players in there like L'Occitane, like P&G, like Bersendorf, like all these others that are like, hey, we want a piece of this pie too. When I used to work at Nordstrom, every counter in there was owned by either Estee Lauder, L'Oreal, and only a few were owned by Shiseido. But again, like these bigger conglomerates are like, hey, we have the cash, we have the capital, let's go ahead and get in this game too. I mean, seems like it's truly enough out here for everybody. One thing that I'm really excited about is, and this is the first time I've been excited about something in a long time, it is the collaboration with Adidas and Prada. It's called the Adidas by Prada Re-Nylon collection. It's a 21-piece collection made with Re-Nylon, which is a new material made in 2019 from plastic waste in the ocean, fishing net, and textile fiber waste, which is really cool. So they have repurposed this material and made a whole collection from it. This is the third collection that Prada and Adidas have done together. And side note, that's going to be a whole thing for 2022, more brands collaborating. Like I mentioned before, my post on the Chanel and Ulta collab, where they launched their Chanel #1, their Chanel line, and Ulta specifically. Last year, we had collaborations from Skims and Fendi and Gucci and all these brands just like merging together is something that we've never seen before. And it's cool because for some, depending on who's collaborating, it makes fashion attainable. It makes it inclusive, depending on what you can afford. I mean, even though I love this new Prada and Adidas line, I still can't afford it yet, but it is closer. You know what I'm saying? They keep bringing the prices down one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus, amen, that I will be able to get a piece from this collection or one in the future. They have a pair of high top sneakers in this collection. And yes, hold on, pause. For those listening that know me, they're probably gasping and spitting out their water like, sneakers? Who are you? I know I'm a mom now, but two, these sneakers are so cute and fashionable. I am not a sneakerhead. I am a heel girl through and through. But these shoes have really changed my view of sneakers. So they are so sleek, they're sexy, they're cool looking, they're just all the things. And it has this super cool removable Prada mini pouch that's on the shoe. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. I love the way they look. The shoes do retail for $1,120 and she ain't got it. But it's okay because I'm dreaming. You guys are going down this reverie with me. I had a video that I did with my son where we had on these matching outfits and we both had on these Adidas matching outfits. So just imagine that white and black Adidas mock neck sweater with the Adidas and Prada crossbody bag with the high top sneakers, going to Walmart to buy diapers. Listen, I'm here for it, okay? And I'm putting that out in the world. I am having faith and manifesting that, okay? I'm going to go be dressed in designer from head to toe to go get diapers for my son and to go get stuff for my family and my kid. Dreams, guys, dreams. 2022 is all about the environment. It's all about being sustainable. It's all about clean beauty, clean fashion, repurposing things. Let me tell you why. The two things that I just mentioned, the Chanel with Ulta and the Adidas by Prada, are all about sustainability, having a holistic approach, and clean. I'm telling you, everything's going clean, which is great. So another thing that's happening right now is Tower 28. This past week, they've sent out multiple emails talking about what they're doing to help with this. So they're changing their packaging. They have a new look. It's going to be a new iconic orange bottle. It's inspired by the lifeguard buoy. It's homage to the Tower 28 beach roots and is made entirely of post-consumer resin, aka PCR or recycled plastic. Less than 10% of plastic waste gets recycled, and most beauty packaging is too small to recycle. So their new PCR packaging will take away the responsibility of recycling from you, divert waste from landfills, and create demand for recycled materials. All Tower 28 packaging is transitioning to minimum 50% up to 100% PCR by 2020. So that's awesome. Another thing that they recently have said is that they are raising their prices due to inflation in costs. I mentioned this in maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago, talking about how Chanel has risen their prices by $2,000 due to inflation, production costs, all of that. Cost of goods. So they raised their price from their jelly lip glosses from $14 to $15, just a buck. And here's why. They said, but the cost of freight and shipping has gone up 5 times the amount. Plus labor costs continue to rise. As part of our earth sensitive pledge, we moved all our packaging to minimum 50% up to 100% PCR recycled plastic, which is a cost we have absorbed and not passed on. And I mean, like, should we be concerned with all of these environmental issues and plastic and waste? Like, I don't know. It's a lot, but I really appreciate these brands doing their due diligence to change what they can and help the environment as much as they can. That's awesome, and I commend them for that. Did you guys know Covergirl is coming out with a new skincare line? How awesome. So it's going to come out with 5 products nestled under the label Clean Fresh. The items will be sold at Covergirl and Walmart. So here's a little bit about it. They're going to have a Clean Fresh Skincare Hydrating Cream Cleanser, that's $10. A Clean Fresh Skincare Priming Glow Mist, that's $10. A Clean Fresh Skincare Weightless Water Cream, that's $15. And I'm assuming the water cream is going to be a moisturizer for like oily skin types. The Fresh Clean Mattifying Oil-Free Moisturizer, maybe not. Disregard the last statement. I'll further investigate what is the weightless water cream. And a Clean Fresh Skincare Dry Skin Corrector Cream. Okay, let's try that again. Clean Fresh Skincare Dry Skin Corrector Cream, $15. Covergirl is an icon in the makeup aisle with deep heritage in skin-forward products. So breaking into the skincare category is a natural evolution for the brand, says Andrew Stanlick, the executive vice president of Coty Inc. So Covergirl is owned by Coty. See what I'm talking about? Everybody owns everybody, honey. We know consumers are more skin aware than ever and want ingredient conscious. Hear that word, ingredient conscious, clean beauty. Another thing that I'm talking about for 2022, everything's clean, which is great. Ingredient conscious products at an accessible price point, which is true. So some of the ingredients will have hyaluronic acid in it and glycerin. So let's go back and let's see, what is the Clean Fresh Skincare Weightless Water Cream? I was right. It is a moisturizer. It says 72 hours worth of hydration. Okay, so it's a weightless moisturizer, and then they have an oily mattifying one. So let's read a bit about it. The weightless breathable face moisturizer plus primer is one for visibly softer, smoother skin, instantly and over time. Hydrate skin for 72 hours. Supercharged with electrolyte-rich, true clean cactus water, hyaluronic acid to hydrate and lock in moisture for 72 hours. Skin is instantly hydrated and beautifully transformed. Our weightless breathable water cream moisturizer feels light, airy, and practically cloud-like. It's an oil-free formula. It's formulated for all skin types. It's 100% vegan and cruelty-free. Okay, so I'm actually interested in this to dig deeper into the drugstore brands. So If you guys want me to try this, make sure you slide in my DMs at cmichellestyles or shoot me an email over at podcast@cmichellestyles.com and let me know if you want me to try it or if you have tried it. And one of the most exciting things I wanted to talk about also is a new book. It's called Black Skin. Please forgive me if I say her name incorrectly, but it's Adidas Ayodele. And she's a skincare expert, and she's discussing the most common myths and misconceptions around black skin. I'll read a little bit about her. She wanted to write a book that had more depth and explanation of how beauty and skin color, especially black skin color, intersect with the beauty industry. So I'll read what I can find on her. Adidas Ayodele didn't think beauty would be a valuable career, but 15 years ago during the global recession, she took a big leap, quitting her career in finance and diving headfirst into beauty. She launched the Black Skin Directory, a platform connecting people of color with skincare professionals. Let me Google that. And her London clinic, Westroom Aesthetics, especially for women of color, who have traditionally been neglected by mainstream beauty industry. Now, with the recent publication of her first book, Black Skin, she wants to talk louder about the beauty needs of Black people and educate beauty professionals and students about how the industry must adapt to foster true inclusion. Wow. So it says concurrently, she's getting ready to launch a global education program to fill the gaps existing in beauty college courses. Okay. So yes, I am so excited to read this book, to support her, and read up more on her. So if you haven't heard of her, check her out. I just followed her over on Instagram, and I will put a link to her book below. I thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some new things in beauty and fashion. So I have so much more to share with you guys on next Tuesday. I have a very special episode. You will meet our next guest. Her name is Kaya, and she made 70 racks, $70,000 in 2021 from blogging. You don't want to miss that episode. She is dropping some major gems on how to curate your business, on how to really help it grow with less than 10,000 followers. Did you hear that? She made $70,000 with less than 10,000 followers on Instagram. So let's talk and meet me here next Tuesday. Don't be late, or let me tell myself that don't be late. I will be posting that interview. Please make sure that you subscribe to this podcast, share it with a friend, rate it, and leave a review if you feel so compelled. I would greatly appreciate that. And you can find me over on Instagram at cmichellestyles. All of the social platforms, I'm everywhere, y'all, at cmichellestyles. You can send me an email at podcast@cmichellestyles.com. And you can sign up for my listserv. The link is below in the show notes. Everything that we talked about today is in the show notes, so make sure you guys check that out. Thank you for joining me for Beauty and Community. And until next time, adios, besos.